Oh, Jerry, it's so great that you're here. And we're talking about this book, The Monday Morning Church.
Yeah.
And you start, and one of the themes of this book is about being open for business.
Yeah.
So I'd like you to talk some more about that. What's that all about? How's that work on Monday morning?
Yeah, I'm not sure how it works. It depends on who the open for business person is. But I think a lot of us as Christians, our high point is Sunday morning. And we're plugged in, we're Christian, and then Monday we kind of lapse into, we'll wait for Sunday again. And what I'm really pleading for is that we understand that when we leave the building, the Christ in us leaves with us. He doesn't hang around waiting for us to come back. And you know, this isn't manifest sons of God or some screwy idea. It's the reality that Jesus really does live in me. So that as I go, His presence is there. I can bring His perspective to the world that I'm a part of. I can, whenever I have a conversation, it's not just me talking, it's us talking. And it's the awareness, really, I think the awareness of the fact of His presence. Mm-hmm. And then as we engage people, as situations come to us, you know, we're not looking to convert anybody. We're going about our life. But people came to Jesus, you know, they hollered at Him, you know, and it's that idea, be aware of the people that are coming to you in your day. Understand and see more than a checker at Safeway or a bus driver or a career of some kind, the plumber, whatever. This is a person. And I'm not saying getting a major stare down with them, but it's a person. Recognize that. Give them an opportunity to engage you. All of them won't, but some might. And at any moment, Jesus can bring kingdom business to you. And we do this all the time. I just want us to be intentional about it so that we're aware of that. So this open for business thing simply means at any moment, Jesus can be approached by anyone at any time, any place. And it really is an awareness more. It's not a technique. It's just being aware of His presence.
That He's with us, and He can empower us, and He can help us in that conversation at that point in time.
Well, and not only with us, I believe He's in us so that as I'm speaking, He's not over here feeding me the words artificially. There is something intuitive about His presence so that I can go ahead and speak. Yeah. Jesus said, you know, whatever I hear the Father saying, that's what I say. Whatever I see Him doing, that's what I do. It was a fluency in working with the presence of Christ, and it's that idea. Be aware. There's more going on than meets the eye, always, and we are not just another guy walking down the street or another lady doing her shopping. We're the presence of Jesus going about our day, and we're aware. We're aware. Yeah.
One of the things you just said about the fact that the Lord isn't just simply with us. Jesus isn't just simply with us.
Yeah.
He's truly in us.
Yeah.
So that brings us to this idea of the radical, what you call the radical relocation of God.
Yeah.
So what's so radical about that?
Well, I think first of all it's an attention getter. I mean,
sure.
You know, it's a good phrase. But on the other hand, it's not so much radical in its concept, but there has been a major entry of God into our world. And He's not out there someplace. We don't have to send our prayers and hope they get there with enough faith propulsion to carry them to the heavens. It's that in the Old Testament, He was out there. He acted from out there in here. He came upon the prophets. He did all of these things, and so you did have a dislocated God. He was but He was breaking into our unbelief and into our rejection of Him at all, and he had to come again and bring again this divine option for life. And then we come to the place where you can, you know, you've gotten all about God you can get from him, coming from out there in here, you know. And my wife and I were in Athens a few years ago, and it drove us crazy at first. We thought everybody was fighting because you'd see a conversation on the corner, and I mean, they were just, and we thought, whoa, what's that? And then they'd smile and walk away. And from a distance, it looked like they were in a huge argument. If we could have known their language and stepped into the conversation, we'd have found out they were probably having a very friendly talk. And it's like that. From a distance, we can draw certain wrong conclusions about God, but they're the best we can do from across the street. And in Jesus, he comes into our conversation. He comes into 3 dimensions, and we can see him and look. That's not, you know, that's not now God is only here. It's that now he begins to express himself in a realm that we can touch, that we can hear, that we can see. We're in the conversation. And we see then what God is like. Then through the Holy Spirit on the day of Pentecost, this same God, now because of salvation, because relationship can be reestablished, we move back into what the original intention was, where we are partnered together in spirit as well as every other way. And so it's that Christ in you concept that I'm addressing in that area. So, you know, where are we sending our prayers? You know, so much of our singing is, oh God out there, come over here, or get me over there, or, you know, somehow get me together. And the awareness that, no, he is omnipresent, but he has expressed himself personally to me through the Holy Spirit.
So where do we send our prayers?
You have to send them any place. Where am I sending this conversation? Oh, David, please hear me. Come close. You know, we're here. We're talking. We're there. And it's this present God that to me is so powerful that you know, the immanence, the presence of God. And we don't have to send it any place. We just talk to him. He's here.
And that is radical, because of so much of our singing, so much of our prayers is somehow getting God out there here and somehow connecting in some way.
Yeah, it is.
And the reality is that he is present, and he's present in me.